Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Wealthy Mindset. It's yours truly, Money Making Mitch. And as usual guys, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and research. I'm back by popular demand. Most of my subscribers says, Mitch, we want you to keep doing videos. You requested it, so here I am. What do I have for you guys this morning? Well, I'm going to talk about some stuff that I think you guys will find very interesting. I'm also going to talk about some of the things, some of the comments that I've been getting from you guys that I didn't even think about that blew me away. So let's start with this first, guys. NIO was last trading at $7.84, 4 cents up, 40 cents up, sorry. The 52-week low is $7. The 52-week high is $16.80. As a disclaimer, I hold 2,260 shares at $3.53, and on the SoFi, I now hold 478 shares at $8.71. So let's start off with some of the things that some of the people were saying. As we all know, but let me say this first. Abu Anton, I hope I said your name right. Abu Anton said, soon all taxis in the Emirates will become electric. Now remember, and he has a very good point, very, very good point, and I didn't even think of that. See, first of all, they are the ones who gave us the $1 billion, right? And like I said in my last video, I said the Middle East were coming. Sure enough, William, I didn't think it was going to come this quickly, but sure enough, Prince William Lee said, we're going there. And this guy is saying soon all the taxis in the Emirates will be electric. Why? Well, they just had the climate summit over there, and they all agreed on reducing fossil fuel consumption. He says, and NIO EVs will have the largest share. Now, some people will say, well, why would they use, we have all high-end EVs. Why would they use that? Well, I don't know how many of you guys have been over there, but from what I heard, even in Saudi Arabia, I think in Saudi Arabia or Dubai, the police drives Lamborghinis, man. When you go to their junkyard, you see from Lexus go up. That's how much money these people have. So I could see this as really happening. And we're getting the early foothold in there. Obviously, they are opening the doors for us first because of the investment they made with us. Obviously, also because these people, they love top-notch luxury brands. So I did some research as well, and they are the most visited country in the region with 2.7 million tourists arriving in 2022 and the second fastest growing tourist destination. France is number one, and we all know we're going to France. And I also wanted to talk about that. In France, I spoke about this in one of my last videos too. Sorry, not in one of my last videos, in a short that I did. France is opening the doors next year. Huawei is going to build a factory in France. Yes, you heard me right, guys. I got to say it to the mic. You heard me right. Huawei, the same company that was banned in America and Canada and different European countries, even banned in France at one point, are now opening the doors. Why are they doing that? Well, remember, I said this before. If they don't open the doors, we're going to be living in the dark ages, so to speak, because the technology coming out of China is mind-boggling. Whether you're a patriot, you're an American like myself or not, you have to admit what's happening. And if we're falling behind, we need to find out why we're falling behind and catch up. But we need to acknowledge we're falling behind. Nothing's wrong with that. But anyway, Huawei is the same company that was sanctioned and then turned around and people couldn't sell them chips. They came up with their own chips and came up with a phone that's satellite connected. So what does that tell you guys? France is being more receptive now. Now they got kicked out of Africa. A lot of African countries have kicked them out. How can they keep their economy going? So by Huawei going there, building a factory, it'll create jobs. And that tells me that we're going there. Possibly next year, because we already bought property in France. So Michael Solivar, I think that's the name, Michael Solivar said, NIO high-end EVs, yes guys, the one that is going to set the benchmark that we're going to announce on NIO Day, it will be for the our Middle Eastern friends. Basically, that's what he said. And I didn't even think of that. That's exactly why they were working on that. Because these guys in the Middle East, they want high-end cars, right? They got Ferraris, and now that they're going green, they want the top-notch EVs. Is that Tesla? What did you guys say? I didn't hear you. Oh, that's right. No, it's not Tesla. They want the premium, top of the line when they buy stuff. NIO, guys. This is really, I mean, I wasn't even thinking of these things. It just goes to show, guys, that why we're holding with diamond hands. Why did we buy in a new growth company based on future projections? We're getting ready to make a lot of money next year. According to Chinese calendar, I said this is the year of the dragon. I say it's the year of Neo Lions. We're getting ready to make some money, guys. So Mark Wazak, another one of my subscribers, I hope I said your last name right. Mark Wazak said, the Saudis funded Lucid and they should jump ship to Neo. And I agree with that. And people say to me, well, some people are asking me about Lucid early on, and I said, I don't think I'm going to invest in them. They said, man, the car is phenomenal. I said, yes, you're right. And the car goes further than any other car at that time on one charge. I said, yes. And you still wouldn't buy it? I said, no, I won't buy shares in it. Because tell me, what are you doing spectacularly different? And your business model, how different is it to want to cause me to buy shares in your company? I bought a lot of shares in NIO. I missed the boat on Tesla because I wasn't even buying stocks at that point. And I was looking for another company that's going to be just as competitive or better. And then when I found out about NIO, I found out about battery as a service, I found out about, who's the CEO, etc., etc. I realized it's a totally different business model. We're doing things we don't, like even Prince William Lee said, we're not competing against Tesla. We're competing against Mercedes, like they say in Italy, Mercedes, right? We're competing against Porsche, the top guys. And the EV that we're about to reveal, they're going to have to compete against us on NIO Day. So this is why, I try to find out what are they doing. Sorry for the lighting in here, guys. I'm on one of my jobs. What are they doing different? Also, NIO, and I don't think people fully grasping when I say this and understanding, we are the future of gas stations. Eventually, I think they're going to spin that off into a different company. We're going to get shares in that, and we're going to get dividends, just like people get dividends now in Shell and Chevron, etc., etc. That's how amazing that is, man. So that's another reason why I think we're unique and we're different from everyone else, and why we're going to stand out and dominate. So Ben Plumley said, we could branch out in many different companies. Chips, we can spin off a chip company. We'll get shares in that. We can spin out the battery swap stations, right? We're giving back to the grid as well. We get money from that. Phone, we can get money from that. Autonomous taxis. Oh my God. And you guys know it's coming, right? We're going to have our own taxi company. We're going to get shares in that. We're going to get dividends in that. It's limitless what this company is doing, man. Neo Energy, like I said, right? All the solar panels on top of our roof giving back to the grid. Spin that off. Home. He went so far as to say linking the home, your refrigerator, car, and phone. So also, JJOSER62 said he found an article that battery swap is to generate $140 million in 2024 profit revenue. They have over 2,200 swap stations. Each cost $14. The swaps want to improve with income. The swaps are only going to improve with income because now we have Chang'an and Geely on board helping us build them out at a massive rate next year. Massive. And this new partnership that William Lee didn't say who it is. Some people are saying JAC, according to the CNV post. Suppose it's BYD. My God. Suppose it's already Mercedes. Whether it's them or not, they have to bend the knee to William Lee. They have to bend the knee to Prince William Lee, guys. They A lot of people in China are still not buying EVs because of anxiety range. We speak about that, right? 50% of them live in apartments with no access to charging. So when they buy these BYDs, they buy these Geelys, Chang'an, Tesla, etc., and they have nowhere to charge, they're not going to buy them. But when they have charging stations, they're coming to us. So these guys realize we better get on board, man, so we can sell our EVs in those areas too, and we'll benefit as well. Common prosperity, guys. So, excuse me. Crane shares, I wanted to say this, guys. Crane shares showcase NIO in a video. For those who don't know who Crane shares is, it's a huge ETF in China. I think my son has some shares in that. They pay a small dividend. They were down a lot during the pandemic because, of course, all the Chinese companies' shares were down a lot at that point. And we were able to grab up some shares of that for my son. And they have a YouTube channel that I subscribed to today, just now, a little while ago. And they showcased a NIO. Same thing, they showcased because they have NIO in part of their ETF portfolio. And they showed, the battery swapping and different things. You guys can go look up that video. I think you'll really enjoy it. It's called On the Ground with NIO, Revolutionizing the EV Industry. And it's really cool how they showcased us. So perhaps we wouldn't have to do a lot of advertising because remember, Tesla didn't have to advertise. So with all these other people now advertising for us and doing videos on YouTube and on news stations and stuff like that, I think more and more awareness it's gonna come. And Zeekr unveiled in-house developed batteries with over 500 kilometer range on 15-minute charge. They're calling it the golden battery. Now, one of my friends on my job, he knows I'm a NIO bullet. He said to me, "What do you think about that, dude? Oh, you guys get in competition." I said, "How long does it take them to charge it for that 500 kilometers?" He said, 15 minutes. I said, "How long?" Then he laughed. I said, "That's right. We're swapping your battery in 3 minutes, buddy, and we're not supercharging it to cause battery degradation." Also, I had to explain to him again, we came out with our solid-state battery that's super safe. Now, they're touting this battery that they came out with as being very safe as well. But, again, they will have to check the health of these batteries. Still, range anxiety. People are going to need swap stations in areas. 50% of China in cities going to need swap stations because they don't have access to charging. Again, it all comes back to us. We have captured the market, and I've been saying this. I said this in my videos in the past, guys. By the time the competition realize what happened, even though we're doing it right in front of their faces, remember I said this, guys? It will be too late. Because they were busy, I said it, they were busy building out their cheap plastic crap, their dog poop, their toy cars, while we were building luxury premium quality that no one else can compete with. And at the same time, we were putting out our energy grid, those battery swap stations. At the same time, we were working on our solid state battery. At the same time, we were working on our phone to connect with the car, and so much other things we were working on. So I hope you guys found this video informational, inspirational. Don't forget to look up that video, guys. It's on Crane Shares on YouTube. If it did this for you guys, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, guys. It'll help encourage more viewership and bring more awareness to Neo on my channel. If you haven't yet subscribed, guys, you might want to think about doing so, because in this channel we have that warrior mindset where we see where we're going and how much money we're going to make, where we get rich or we die trying, guys.